I'm getting ready to head out to Home Depot. I need some potting soil for my tulip bulb planting project. I'm going to plant some tulip bulbs in a container, so I do need to head out and grab some potting soil, and I just want some extra because I'm going to be starting winter sowing soon enough. So I want to make sure I have enough on hand so I can work through all of those projects. So why don't you guys come along with me and we'll head to Home Depot now. All right, we made it to Home Depot and the garden center entrance is open, so that's very exciting. May have been a little breezy though. It looks like their evergreens have tipped over. A little windy last night, I think. They definitely have potting soil. Raised bed soil still. That's good. Well, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. We're planting tulip bulbs in containers. So this is it. This is the last of my bulbs. I have Light My Fire blend, which is a flame red. I have the After Midnight blend, which is a mix of purples, flame purple, and white. Just, these are my colors, love it. And then I have 25 of each of two different parrot mixes. I'm sorry, they're not mixes. Two different parrot tulips. These are very similar in how they look. I'm going to pop up a picture of these. So they're a yellow parrot with red margins and like green streaking. So super cute, really pretty. I'm going to get these started in these containers. So there's 25 of each of these. And these have 20 in each. I think I'm just going to go with 4 containers. One type of tulip in each container. All right, let's get going. So I need a little soil on the bottom of each container, and then I will place the tulips and then fill. This is the potting soil I picked up yesterday at Home Depot. Does have clumps. All right, I need a little bit more. That bag is too heavy for me to pour directly into the containers. Okay, so I'm just adding a little soil to each of the containers. I do want to leave about 6 inches so that I can cover the bulbs after I get them settled in there. I am, of course, making a mess, but we're outside, so not a big deal. I'm just going to try to even it out in the containers. All right, so we have soil in each of these containers. I do need to get one more. So we're going to place the tulips. We're going to just arrange them in the pot. So bear with me a second. We are going to start with the parrot tulips. Let me arrange those. And at this point, all I know is it's tulip 119. And I did look it up. It is Texas Gold, mostly yellow with just a hint of red and green. And even if they're going in a container, you want to make sure it's pointy side up and this little root going down. They don't need a lot of room in between. These will be harvested in the spring for bouquets. And when you harvest for bouquets, you pull the entire bulb out of the ground and you treat these as annuals. I'm just trying to nestle them in so when I pour the soil on top, they don't tip over on me. That's all. All right, I'll grab the camera and give you a little close-up. So this is tulip 119, and I will put a picture up. It is one of the parrot varieties. the yellow. So I repeat the same exact process for tulip 78, and I will pop a picture up right now. And tulip 78 is LaCourtine, and this is yellow with a little more green and red, really super striking. And just like before, I'm just making sure that every bulb is nestled in pointy side up so that when I pour the soil on top, they don't tip over and they're set for the winter. Next up, we have the Light My Fire blend, which is the flame red tulips. And these bulbs are a little bit smaller because I did get them from a big box store, and there are only 20 in this package, so they won't take up as much room in the container. All right, let's speed up this process a little bit. All right, I almost forgot to show you what it looks like before I put the soil on top. So they're nestled in. The parrot varieties are a bigger bulb. This is the red. I think it's Light My Fire was the name of it. It's a little bit smaller. They are a single tulip, but they have that pretty striping. So now we just cover them up. And I continue to make a mess, but like I said, we're outside, so no big deal. I am moving the soil around, but I don't want to compact it or really push it down on top of the bulbs, just trying to settle it in so that it's level and, you know, settled into the container. Guys, I'm back outside the next day. I left these out here, and as you can see, we got a little bit of snow. A little snow blew in here. Perfectly fine. I'm gonna put these out, but as you know, I have squirrels. I need to cover them with chicken wire. So let's do that now. Last thing we need to do is put our After Midnight blend tulips in this container. I do actually have 2 more of the other containers, but they still have plants in them, and I didn't take them out yet. So we're gonna just use a pot that a plant came in that I have. We're recycling. Same process. I already had some soil in the bottom. Definitely left at least 6 inches there. Dump them in. Now these tulips that I got from a big box store, the bulbs are not as big as the parrot tulips that I got. So I just need to put these tip side up, roots down. The last of the tulip bulbs are in. As you can see, they're kind of shoulder to shoulder. There's a little bit of space in between them, but not a ton, which is fine. This container will work just fine. Alright guys, this is the first spot where I have tulips. So I put 1 container of the parrot tulips and 1 container of the flame red. The reason is that this area back here gets full sun in the spring, so I believe that these will bloom much sooner than the ones I put out front. Let's go take a look at those. So up front here, because this is closer to the house on the north side, it's not going to get as much spring sun. It will get morning sun and evening sun, but that midday won't hit these containers. Anything in this flower bed does tend to bloom later. So these 2 containers are the other parrot tulip mix. So this is the Texas Gold parrot tulip and the After Midnight tulip mix, which I absolutely love. I have a lot of purple in this flower bed already, and I do have some yellow, red, and orange tulips planted, so I'm hoping they kind of bloom at the same time and I'll be able to make bouquets that cohesively go together. Let's keep our fingers crossed. All right folks, that's going to do it for today. I really appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next video.